Today, there's so much in our lives that influences us, our environment, the people around us. Sometimes we don't even know what's influencing us, and that's what we're here to talk about. Welcome to the Influence Today podcast with Chet Tart and Terry Lyle.
Welcome to another edition of Influence Today. What influences you, the environment, the people, the food, everything around us. We have somebody on our show today who's part two, John Denney, who was talking about how his harmony exercise really influenced him and also influences the people around him. Chet Tart and Terry Lyles. Hi, Terry.
Great to be back, Chet.
I want to get right into the show. We're broadcasting from Venture X on PGA Boulevard. And again, if you like the show, please hit like. And if you really like the show, share it with some people. Mm-hmm. John, last week we were talking about the harmony exercise, which is something that you've been doing now for 3 years every single day. And you said it's remarkable change. It's influenced you, the people around you, and also influenced your family. The remarkable story about how your wife got a job through all this. If you missed it, we're not going to repeat it. Just go back to the other episode and listen to it. But is it meditation? Is it different from just meditation? If I get up in the morning and, here I see a list of things. Well, you should spend 10 minutes in the Bible. You should spend 10 minutes on meditation. You should go to the gym for an hour. And I'm going, by the way, it's not noontime before I get anything done. Mm-hmm. So, and Terry talks about that. And so Tell me about the harmony exercise, how that fits into all these morning rituals.
Okay, so first, you said one thing, my harmony exercise. I mean, it's my website, and I present this exercise, but it's not mine. And I just want to make that very clear. It was given to me by an 85-year-old man in 1985, and it was given to him by a man who died in 1962, and it goes back a long way. So I'm not going to argue how long it goes back, but it's not mine. The harmony exercise, like any meditation, is going to be a part of your morning where you quiet the body and take some time to just go inside, purely introspective. Mm-hmm. So I believe, and I think we've talked about it before, meditation is like an umbrella term. There is just a
lot of confusion.
There's a lot of confusion.
Thanks for explaining that. Yeah, I appreciate that.
And there's so many things that fall into it. We have transcendental meditation. You have mindfulness. We have lots of different mantra meditations, chanting. And the harmony exercise is, the way it really differs from most of them is it's very westernized. It's very active thought. My daughter says it's like an active meditation. Even though your eyes are closed, your mind is very active. You're making very concrete thoughts.
And it's more thought. It's not hum.
No, there's really no humming involved. We do have one exercise in the harmony exercise. The harmony exercise is it's 7 exercises put into this 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. The first 3 really get your body calm, your mind calm, and you do a breathing exercise, getting you ready for the mental work. And that's a very mindful part of the exercise, is that first 3 exercises. Then we move in to the metaphysical, becoming what you think work. And that's where I believe the harmony exercise is much different than other meditations. Mm. Most meditations get us present, get us in the moment, in control and calm, but they don't give you an active way into the future to create. They're just set up in a way to more be present than creative. Where the harmony exercise, you're making specific affirmations because we're becoming what we think. So I want to think, I am perfect health now, and I want to think it over and over. I don't want any other thought to come in.
I am is the word.
Well, that's the key to the whole thing. You don't have to listen. You don't have to spend too much time.
No, but I hear people say, I'm sick, I'm overwhelmed.
Oh, yeah,
and they are.
And
they're
that
scares me, because when I say I am, I got to stop.
Well, you are, because you're using the most powerful 2 words in the world.
Yeah.
Period. And you don't have to spend too much time with someone to find out what their I am is, whether they're someone who's in stress, someone who's in calm, someone who is self-confident, someone who is scared. It's real easy to figure out if you just listen.
I was
to
always told those are the two most powerful words, and be careful how you finish them off.
Well, listen how powerful it is. I mean, in the Bible, God said
"I
to
am."
Moses, Moses asked, "Who am I? Who do I say send me?" He goes, "Send them. Tell them and say that I am sent
Right.
you." I mean, so if God classified himself as I am, not I am Jehovah, I'm not Jehovah Jireh, I'm
is
not
I am.
I am. Meaning I'm present tense, active voice. Just go.
in the
Do.
moment.
In the moment. Yeah.
A matter of fact, Emmett Fox called the I am statement the secret to life. He said, it is the secret of life, the great creative word. And I'll talk to my athletes and I'll say, listen, if you sit there and say, and I have a lot of friends who say, I am tired, I'm just very tired today. We can't be observers. We're always creating. As soon as I say I am tired, I better get ready because I'm going to be tired. And as soon as I say I am angry, I better get ready because I'm going to have a little shot of adrenaline, cortisol, and I'm going to have tension come in because I'm angry. And I've just claimed it.
We live in a fog because that's used all the time.
It's so terrifying, Chet. You have no idea. I mean, people are walking around creating their own hell, not even realizing it. I have friends. They'll tell you how bad life is, and yeah, John, but I'm just trying to I'm just staying positive, and I'm like, and where would that be? Where is the positivity out of the last,
Right.
15 minutes of conversation we had, which there was none. But
I have a business friend of mine, Mark Timmons. Actually, we interviewed him from U.S. Water, and I talk to him on a regular basis. And I've been with him with other people, and no matter what, you'll say, "Mark, how you doing?" Never better. I mean, that's his phrase. Never better. And people go like, "Never better." That's pretty strong.
Right.
But this is this guy's verbalization of his existence. Never better. I just talked to him today, and he said it. And it was just
Right.
like it's such a reminder of our words predict our actions.
And I bet you his energy is pretty good.
It's
I bet
off
you,
the chart. No, it's not
Right.
pretty good. It's off the chart.
and because he's been saying that never better, I am never better for years now, and that's become his way. I always say it too. How you doing? I'm awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know.
And people go,
Right.
awesome.
I never.
Most people go like, I'm all right. How are you?
Right.
All right.
Just
Self-talk is powerful.
asking people how they are is a dangerous thing unless you really, we
Got
already
an
know
hour.
how we.
We don't really mean it. How are you doing?
No, we don't. We don't even
Right.
listen to them.
It's
We just
become-
walk past
it's
them.
rote.
But they do stop because I'll say I'm awesome, and they look like, no, you're
Well,
not.
that's it. Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Yes, I am,
Yeah.
and I'm getting better
Yeah.
every day.
So
You know,
let's get
people-
back to this. Yeah. So you're
Yeah.
talking about those powerful words in creating the future.
Okay, so we're becoming what we think, and that's the foundation of metaphysics. That's the foundation of the harmony exercise. Thoughts are things. We become what we think. Now, if that's true, if you want to get your body fit, what are you going to do? You're going to go to CrossFit. You're going to go to a gym. You're going to go work out, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Well, and you're going to eat right. We are what we eat, our bodies. And then, so if we are what we think, don't you think that we should take tremendous control of that?
Yes.
Be very cautious and get a systematic approach to becoming what we think about. And whenever I'm with you, I just Earl Nightingale and that whole situation comes up because of his friend there.
That was unbelievable. To have W. Clement Stone, Earl Nightingale, Napoleon Hill, and I'm part of that, and they're my investors in my first business.
Yeah.
Do you know what that was?
Powerful people.
You know the floodgates that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, in Earl Nightingale's most famous speech, his first one in The Strangest Secret, they asked him what's wrong with the world, and they said, men don't think. That
was the biggest thing.
That's the first.
And all the women are like, no kidding.
That's
They're like, I could have told you that.
well, women don't think either,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But you're right.
Clement Stone used to say that all the time. You got to think before you answer. You got to think. You got to
Yes.
think. You got to think.
Yeah.
Right, and because we're becoming what we think about, and
As a man thinketh. Another one.
So is he.
James out, right? I mean, all those guys,
Yeah.
So
And-
it's a little secret club because unless you're around people like that, this is not common language, books, or anything. I talk to people when I'm walking in here,
well.
and it's just not common language.
The other sad thing about The Strangest Secret, 1 out of 100 get this stuff. We're talking about something which I don't know why, but because of our society and because of everything, he takes that 100 men, 5, 1 is successful, 5 are wealthy or whatever. So out of 100 men, only 5 of them, and only 1 really gets this higher level of thinking, where we are truly becoming what we think about. And the harmony exercise, you make those affirmations so often. So it's funny. So people are always like, well, don't you get bored doing the same thing every day? And I'm like, well, it's never the same thing. Who I'm working for, my problem of the day. Yes, I go through the same affirmations because I need those. Those are my foundational grounding principles in life. But as soon as that leaves, all the things I'm working about, what's my project for today? That's what I'm putting in there. And it becomes a very unique prayer each and every day. And then, how am I going to be better at it? Well, I know I'm going to be better tomorrow because I did it today. I was on the dock this morning at sunrise. It was a little windy, but I did the harmony. I had a very nice meditation. I had someone join me this morning. And I know that because I did that, tomorrow I'm going to be better at it. Because each day we add a cubit to our stature. We add a thought and we make ourselves better. Or we don't.
Oh, we don't. We take it away.
Now, you have a special word you end with all the time, a different word. Because I noticed it on the Facebook page.
Well, I'll have a different, just to keep the harmony exercise fun, I try to have a thought for the day. So I'll start the harmony exercise if it's a nice day with a picture of me. I'll give a little thought for the day, maybe, love each other or whatever it might be, and a little bit of an idea of it. And then I flip the camera around to the rising sun and do the whole meditation of the rising sun, and I'll flip it back to me. Like today's, it was so windy yesterday that today was just the harmony with the rising sun. So it changes around now, but the really important thing, make no mistake, is the meditation. I tell people, what I have to say is fun and I have fun doing it, but it has nothing to do with the real, what this entire website, this entire thing is about this prayer and making it your own. Because once you make it your own, once you enjoy doing it, the results are incredible. And I mean, the synchronicities, the stuff you can't explain. Okay, so here's an example. I've been thinking about calling you for weeks.
I know.
I call you this morning and you're like, oh yeah. Well,
you want to do a podcast
We have
today?
a slot open today and we record on Fridays. And I'm like, but
Well, it was like your wife with a job. I mean, you manifest those things.
Right.
No, but I had your name written on a piece of paper. I said, I got to get back and call
John heard it at sunrise a few mornings.
You
right.
must have.
And so,
You must have.
So, but when you start to get in the flow, things like that
Absolutely.
happen more and more. Had this happened a few years ago, I might tell the story. Oh, you can't believe what happened with me and Chet this morning. Well, now
Of course I believe.
Right.
I expect it now.
Now it's not even, I don't even tell the story anymore.
Right.
It's like, well, of course that happened,
Yeah.
because we're each furthering our visions.
That's what I did when I got W. Clement Stone. I wrote the name down and I said, this guy can help me, and I'd rather be in business with somebody like this than a regular business person.
Right.
And it took about a year, but it came true. I mean, it was true. Just recently, I communicated with another big podcaster who has billions of people. So I'm starting to communicate. The guy answers me. So we're going back and forth. And one of the things is that I've been in this business a long time. So I said, hey, do you mind if I critique some of the podcasts and tell you, the word um's got to get out of there, and every word is not the same. And yes, and we start going back and forth. And he wrote a book, and he sent me the copy ahead of time. And I said, why don't you come out here? I'll get you tickets to the Honda Classic and come out and visit. So our relationship has started like that. And it's, you don't think about it. And then I tell somebody else, and they're like blown away because now I'm wrapped up in it. I don't see it as a big deal anymore. At first it is. Mm-hmm. So I look back at my life and I go, all these people I met in my life were always because, I call it going through life in a fog, because I was like, I'll just contact that person. I'll reach out to that person. I'll talk to that person, connect it and everything. Some of my best friends are now Hollywood actors.
It's crazy.
It isn't it? Right.
And I think that's the ironic thing. this occurred to me years ago about meditation, because I was commonly asked, because you just have been on 2 different shows with us, what is meditation? And there's so much confusion. There has been for decades, centuries. There's all different variations. And it occurred to me one day, I was worrying about something. I don't know what I was thinking about. I don't know. You know, we all worry about things, you know, just health of other people, or a parent it's not well, or, you know, we just, it's life. I mean, our minds work.
Right.
And I was worrying about whatever it was. I think it was my mom at the time. And it just hit me that worry is negative meditation. You change the object. And it's from
That's
negative to
powerful.
positive.
I got to write that one down.
It's so simple. If you could just go, well, what object do you not want to worry about? Instead of worrying about that, instead of me worrying about my mom's health, all I had to do was go, thank God she's still with us today.
Well, it's like, what do you tell a race car driver? Don't look where you don't want to go.
Exactly.
Right? You don't look at the wall.
Exactly, because you'll hit the wall every time.
Every time. And it's the same thing with worry, man. It will attract as fast as affirmation. Worry is negative affirmation, you know?
Yes, exactly.
I'm worried about so-and-so. That's another one. When people say that, you know, I'm tired, I'm worried, I'm just like saying, no, don't say those words, please, you know? Because you don't realize you're creating that situation exactly what you don't want, you know? And it's hard sometimes, because
it is hard.
We
and
want
you
to
know
be
what?
able
We
to
fight it. You know, we have to fight
Think
it,
about what he
because that's
just
what it
said.
is.
We're creating. When you are running a company they call Create a Vision. What's the vision? Without that vision, people perish. So it's the same thing what you're saying here, is that the words we're using, I always say, change the language in the company. You can't do, I'm trying, or I'm hoping, or I wish I could get rid of those words, because guess what? Those are real. Those are absolutely real.
Right.
And that's what's happening. We are trying, we're not doing. So let's get rid of those words.
Trying is lying. I always like that.
Yeah, very similar word.
Yeah, it's so true. And, you know, one of the things I always love to see you, Terry, about the athletes, you know, the harmony exercise in the past 3 years, I've shared it with a lot of athletes, and one team of sailors who are going to be they're going to be in the Olympics this year in 2020.
Nice.
And the 2 of them do the harmony together. I did it with Oliver, the race car driver. I've done it with Lexi, the golfer, a number of times. You know, so all these people are bringing this side into their sport. And now, you know, I have athletes in 3 separate sports in the 2020 Olympics: skateboarding, golf, and sailing. You know, and then a driver in the Indianapolis 500. And I don't even really have a practice anymore. You know, but the ones I touch, you know, they get something which just keeps them going up. Where we're, you know, getting to work with these top
And
levels.
all any of us are just potential influencers. We're either positive or negative in our influence, because everybody influences, right? There's really no neutral influence.
Everything is influence.
That's why we named the show Influence Today, because there's no negative, no positive other than what we bring to it, but there's definitely no neutral. We all have influence.
Right. And you know how you influence people the most is with your actions.
Absolutely.
You know, you
Your
can
words,
tell people
your actions.
words. Words don't mean much, you know?
Right.
You can tell people all you want. It's like they look at what you do, not at what you say.
Correct.
You know, you don't remember what people say, but you remember when you meet somebody like, you know, that guy was something, you know, and then you'll do it.
Yes.
And I think both you guys have that effect on me. I just think that's you know, that's something, and that's what's just a cool thing about your whole influencers podcast. I felt like driving here today, I'm like, you know what? I am influencing people
Absolutely.
at a high level, and that's exactly what I'm going to keep doing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is great. Let's wrap it up at how to get in touch with you and where they can find you.
theharmonyexercise.com, and you can get a hold of me on the bottom of that. And like I said, you can subscribe or download, or if you want to try it for free, the username is Unity and the password is Harmony. Give it a try for a day or 2. I challenge you, as Terry would say.
Yeah.
You know, you try it for a week, you're not going to go back.
Even once a week, just try it.
Yeah, just try it.
People worry every day. Just try one day, not worrying all day. Try
Don't do it one day. Don't try
being
it.
challenged.
Do it.
Exactly.
Hey, this has been fascinating and interesting, and I'm definitely going to do the. I am going to do the.
Yes,
I have
absolutely.
to listen to it back because I forgot the code word. What is it?
Unity.
Unity. Oh, that's an easy one.
Unity is the username, and Harmony is the password. That's a free That's a free way to get in there right now. And so try it for December and
Yeah.
see if
Thank you,
work.
John. We're talking with
Thank you,
John
John.
Denney,
Yep.
the Harmony Exercise, and this has been fascinating. And so I hope we influence you to change your life. If you liked us, please hit like. Also, share with people. You've been listening to Influence Today with Chet Tart and Terry Lyles. We're broadcasting from Venture X on PGA Boulevard. See you next week.